Hey everybody, this is Doug Schauf with RE/MAX Oceanside and MakeMaineYourHome.com. In this week's episode, I'm going to talk about what is a seller's market. You know, I often get asked, is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? And sometimes I can tell people don't even really understand what that means necessarily. So we're going to talk about what is a seller's market. So let's do this. All right, everybody, we're going to jump right in and talk about what is a seller's market. Currently, right now, in the real estate market we're in the southern Maine area is a seller's market. And I'm going to explain today, like, what does that mean exactly? What is a seller's market? A seller's market arises when demand exceeds supply. In other words, there are many interested buyers, but the real estate inventory is low. Since there are fewer homes available, sellers are at an advantage. Okay, all that is 100% true. So a couple things in here that I always talk about when we're talking about, is it a seller's market, is it a buyer's market? It's normal economic supply and demand. Supply is how many houses are on the market. Demand is how many buyers are out there looking for houses. And one thing that we look at in the real estate world is how many months worth of inventory do we have? I've talked a lot about this in previous videos, like how many months of inventory do we have? So basically what we look at is like, if we stopped right now and there was like the amount of houses that are on the market right now and the amount of buyers here, how long would it take for these houses to sell? And that's what we mean by how many months worth of inventory that we have. So the rule of thumb to look at is anything above 7 months worth of inventory. Like if you put a house on the market and on average it takes 7 months to sell it, anything above that is a buyer's market. Anywhere in between kind of like 4 to 6 or 4 to 7, 5 to 7 months worth of inventory is a neutral market. It's kind of where we're supposed to be. We haven't been in a long time. Anything below 5 or below 4 months worth of inventory is a seller's market. I haven't looked up what we're in exactly right now, but if you look at some previous videos, I have done a lot of things that talks about how many months worth of inventory we have in certain cities around here. And right now we're running under 1 month or under even a couple of weeks worth of inventory. So it's very much a seller's market right now. Now, why is there so much demand? Why is it there's so little inventory out there? There's a couple reasons. So first off, interest rates being so low. You've probably, if you watch the news at all, you know that interest rates are extremely low. They're at historic lows, which causes people want to buy a house. Hey, geez, if I can afford the house now because the interest rates are so low, or if I want to upgrade, maybe I can go from the current house I'm in and upgrade to a bigger house with a similar payment. That's attractive to some people. Same thing, downsizing. If, people that have grown, raised their family and they're like, geez, I can sell off this house, top of the market, but then also downsize and a lower interest rate and my payment goes way down. That's awesome. So there's the demand. People just want to buy because interest rates are so low. That's why the demand is up right now. As long as interest rates don't go skyrocketing through the roof, demand is going to be here for a while. Okay, now why is supply so low? There's a few reasons. Number one, depending on when you're watching this video, currently we're in a pandemic and people just don't want to move. They don't feel comfortable. They want to stay put. So that's one reason why inventory is so low. But we've had inventory issues for a few years now. Really, the reason is we got a housing shortage here in the state of Maine. I mean, there's a lot of people moving here, and there's just not enough housing. That's one thing. So a lot of new construction is happening, is doing very well. Also, it's just people are always kind of at a loss. Like, hey, where do I go? If I want to sell, where am I going to go? So that reduces the inventory because they're like, if I don't know where to go, I'm just going to stay put. Also, there is a lot of data there that people are just staying in their houses longer now. They just feel more comfortable. And actually, I think we'll see that a lot because of people working at home now with the pandemic that we're in. A lot of people are working from home, and that may or may not change depending on the type of job you have. So people are going to be more apt to stay put and maybe add on to their house to add some office space, things like that. So there's a lot of variables that are adding to the lack of inventory, supply and demand. Inventory is low, demand is up, it's creating a seller's market. If I calculate out how many months worth of inventory in a lot of the cities here in the Portland area, we would find that we are well below even 1 month's worth of inventory, which is showing a seller's market. So anyway, that is what a seller's market is. I hope this was helpful. If you got any questions, if you got any comments, leave me a comment below. Send me an email. Hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, LinkedIn, something like that if you'd like as well. And remember, if you make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone.
Really good. I'm very glad I picked the van. I'm getting old.